So your company is already linked to and connected with this incredible world of AI. So let me ask you, how are you currently using AI in your day-to-day operation, in your business for you?
It's really interesting. I would say in the last 3 weeks, where it's gone from traditional work, email, Slacks, all of that, I would say majority of my time is now spent in Claude, in co-work. I spend about 6 to 8 hours a day just working with the tool.
Right.
It is incredible the way that technology is advanced. And it's not about content creation, 'cause I think that's where the natural conversation goes, like, "Oh, it's gonna make your life so much easier," and definitely that is what it can do. But now that it's connected to all of our systems, our Salesforce, our, Jira, our marketing tools and things like that, I can interrogate data. So now I'm able to build campaigns that are super precise that I could never do if it would take me like years to get the months to get the data, figure it out, then work with different teams and all of that. I can now interrogate using Claude and going, figure this out for me based on our tiers, based on our customer segments and external factors. Tell me what campaigns I should be putting into market. Where should I be putting it? Which personas should I be putting it in? And by the way, tell me which tactics in the last 2 years in each of those segments have been the most successful from a conversion perspective.
So in many ways, this is handing you a superpower.
Yes.
And now you can do things so much faster. How does that change the job? Because I imagine that
Mhm.
everyone in a position like yours is probably also experimenting with this
Mhm.
incredible tech, is also enjoying this new superpower, meaning everyone's now at a new level.
Yes.
So how do we go to the next stage? How do we use the power of AI to take advantage, to be a step ahead?
Well, I'd say first, the danger of all of this is that you can carry on doing so much data that you're actually in a paralysis,
Yes.
right? And so what we really have to go is, what are we trying to do? How are we trying to do that? And then deploy that information to the teams to go, I've built the framework, I've built everything for you. Now go and execute.
Right.
And then they can use the tools to go and execute. And that is really giving us speed to market and agility that we've never known before. So where a campaign used to take us 3 to 6 months to get out because it had to be precise and perfect and beautiful, we're doing it in a week. And so I don't have to do one campaign. I can do, because sales and everyone's demanding it, I can spin up many campaigns now in days.
It's incredible.
Um,
Let me ask you, do you ever get the notification from Claude Cowork? You're running out of tokens. Your usage is almost done.
Yes, by like 10 o'clock, and then I have to wait for 2 hours, which is a good thing since I go back and do some normal work, catch up and do that, and then move on. So I think, and that's where our technology plays a role, because actually, if they were to use us, they would not have that issue. So
Oh,
just that is where I think, where the world's going, because the infrastructure has to build as fast as AI is going. And so there is a important opportunity. Yeah.
so when you think of the bigger picture in your business and you're bringing people in, new team members, what do you think the skills required are now versus what they might have been a couple of years ago?
I think one is being super collaborative, because you've got to open up your Claude thoughts to your team and do co-projects, co-work, all of that type of stuff to your team. So I think being collaborative, um, definitely curiosity, and going deep in that curiosity. So not like that kind of one layer of, this is super interesting. Um, and because it was interesting the other day, we were talking with my colleagues and they're like, how are you getting different output to what we're getting?
Right.
And so it's like, I just keep asking it questions until I get to where I want to. And so I think you really have to think about precision questioning and being very precise about it. And I think there's a kind of a talk track where people think that AI makes you lazy. I actually think it's the opposite. I think the more deep you get with it and the more you interrogate and co-working with it, the deeper you're getting in, the more intense the work actually is.
Right. And it's funny, isn't it? It's like a rabbit hole, because the deeper you go, the more you need. I've now been busy setting up skills files, memory files, making sure everything's protected. I'm now dipping into a new thing called Obsidian. I don't know if you've heard of
No.
Obsidian. Obsidian is basically a collection of notes and ideas that Claude works very well with.
Okay.
And so you can have it, they're calling it your second brain.
Oh, I like
And so
that.
it's a way to protect, and also it's that beauty of, if you ever have to start a brand new session, even with another AI, because no doubt someone's going to leapfrog Claude's do,
100%.
you can just port it all across,
Yes. Yes.
which is very cool.
Yes.
So now, from a personal perspective,
Mm.
what excites you about where we're going? What do you think is next in the world of AI and us as just regular people living regular lives?
I think there's going to be two camps. I think there's people who are super scared about it. And especially when you're starting to see now physical robots roaming around and doing all sorts of things and driverless cars. And I think there's certain people that are going to be quite reticent. But I think for most people, it's going to be an amazing enabler, because it can be the CEO of your own life, and it can really architect a life that you want, and make you super productive and super um,
Capable.
engaged and capable
Right.
in everything that you're doing. Like I've been helping my husband with his business, and it's like, oh, it's given me a framework of how I can now scale this business, to $1 billion business. And it's like, we can do this. And I've got all the steps. Whereas before I would be like, how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm not too sure. It's given me access to all the information I need to be able to build out this, like, the plan for his business, which is really exciting. Um, on a work note there, which I found really interesting, and I'm not sure how many people have tapped into it, is like, we can now tap into the voice of the customer. So if you think about using, our sales teams have record through Gong or Clary or one of those tools,
Mm.
all of their customer conversations. And it's like, we as marketing are now using those calls, bringing it into the tool, and like actually building our campaigns with the voice of the customer, not what we think. And we've now spun up like many campaigns to go like, oh, we've got a big event in France in 2 months' time. What's the road to that event? Give us a mini campaign, and how do we bring the customers along with it? So, it's endless, right? And so, like, I'm like super excited about what it can do. Um, I'm encourage my children, which is kind of opposite to what the colleges say, which is don't use AI.
Yeah,
I was like,
gotcha.
absolutely use AI, but use it in a not because you want to cheat, like use it to really think about your studies and how you can actually go beyond what you're just being taught and really understand the concepts. My daughter's dyslexic, and she uses it to understand concepts, and it talks to her versus having to read to her. And like that's literally changed everything about her, like what's happening in her college life and how she's understanding it. She's being super successful. So it's just an incredible use case.
Absolutely fascinating. I love it. These are very exciting times. And thank you for the conversation, Vanessa.
Thank you.